There's only one thing left to do to finish a working login and authentication system, which is to be able to log users out. See over here that we've got account logout, but it doesn't currently do anything. In fact, it just raises an error. The way to do that is to go into the sessions controller, and we're going to fill in this destroy action. So what do we do to log users in? Let's recall that. Logging users in involves calling this login method, which then goes to here and sets the session. So I want to do a corresponding log out. And then after logging out, let's redirect somewhere. Redirecting to the home page is probably the best thing to do. That's the root URL. Remember, often we do root path, but with redirects it should be the URL helper, so it's a fully qualified URL. So this just pushes the logout functionality into the sessions helper. So let's define a logout helper. And so we're just going to undo this login basically. So login sets the session, which is reversible like this. Do the session.delete and then give it the key that we set before, which is user ID. You can also do this, by the way. I should show you. You might see this in other people's code. Right, this is the same thing. But there is a delete method on this session helper, so we might as well use it. And then there's a second thing which is not strictly necessary because we're about to redirect. But in principle, it could be a minor security hole if we had an @current_user variable lying around. Remember, it's memoized. So if we were to call current user somewhere before the destroy action, and if we didn't redirect immediately, then there would be an @current_user variable lying around. That's an unlikely combination, but I think because it's security related, it's a good idea to set this current user to nil. Let's do this. So this completes the logout. This is actually going to work now. You can check that here. Let's go back here, reload the page, count, logout. Oh, that did not work. Why didn't that work? Oh, I didn't save this here. So save the sessions controller. Here we go. There we go. So we got redirected, and you can see that the links got changed too. So I can log in. Oops. Log out. There we go. So I think it's a good idea at this point, now that this is working, to write a quick test to capture that behavior. And let's see, it's in the user's login test. I can just show you where it is, just to reinforce it. Test. It's an integration test, user's login test here. So this will be login with valid information. And after the login, I'm going to say it's valid information followed by logout. We are going to write a helper eventually to log users in inside of tests, but right now we're just going to use this post login path that we have inside this test. This gives us a way to defer writing that helper until later. All right, let's look at the test helper. Again, just to reinforce where it is. It's in test. You think it'd be in test helpers, but it's actually just in test helper right here. So remember, we defined this as logged in helper. So now that we've got that, I'm just going to put in a line here. After you post the login path, you should be logged in. Should make it an assertion. Here's our guard window. Save that. So after logging in, I want to log out, and the way we do that is we issue a delete request to the logout path. So at that point, we should not be logged in, so we can assert not logged is logged in. And then what do we have here? Over here, we've got a redirect, so let's assert that redirect happens correctly. Assert redirected to root URL. And then let's follow the redirect and verify that these links have changed back to what they should be when the user isn't logged in. So this is follow redirect, bang, and then let's just copy these. So these should be the same assertions, except instead of the count of this being 0, the other one should be 0. So the login path link should reappear, and these should both disappear. So let's just tab this over. Great. So now we've got a nice test for the thing I just did here, where I did log in, the links change, log out, the links change back. Let's run a full test suite just to be sure that we're still green completely. There we go. All right.